walk into the bathroom, I turn towards the sink, I grab a toothbrush, I grab the toothpaste, I untop the cap on the toothpaste, I squeeze the toothpaste on the toothbrush, I cap the toothpaste back up, I get my toothbrush and I turn on the water, and I put the toothbrush in the water, and then I turn the water on and start brushing my teeth.
Okay. All right. So let's do that. So first thing, I walk into the bathroom. All right. Then he turns on the water. Was that first? Turn to the sink. Okay. And then so you unscrew this and you put some toothpaste on. Okay. And then what do you do?
I turn it water.
Okay. You pretend there's water.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then turn the water off.
Okay. Turn the water off. You're an environmentalist.
Yeah.
And you brush your teeth. Okay. Now, what if you would have missed a step? What if you would have said, what if you would have forgotten to take the cap off? I would have just went like that, and then I would be brushing my teeth with a dry toothbrush. This doesn't taste good. I should have brought some water. Okay, so there's an order that you do things in, and if you miss a step, then you would come to school with really stanky breath, right? And then nobody would want to talk to you, and it would just be really awkward. So that's why it's important that we follow an order when we do things, because if he brushed his teeth first, and then he spit, and then he put on some toothpaste, and then he put his toothbrush back, and then he turned the water just on and off for a little bit. That wouldn't make any sense, right? So that's why we do things in order. So we have an order of operations with our morning routine, and we have an order of operations when we're doing math. So, oh, my mouth tastes like toothpaste. It's minty fresh. All right, so everyone has a little note card. And what was the acronym that Miss Albinson taught you to remember this? We can say it together. Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. Okay, so now on your note card, I want you to write PEMDAS down one side. PEMDAS, yep. And now I want you to think of your own acronym. So I want you to use something that will help you remember. So this is mine. Pretty evident, my dunks are sick, and that's why I'm wearing my awesome shoes today. So I also heard some good ones. So I want everyone to write down an acronym. Which side? You can write it on the other side or use both. So it might help if you write it long ways, or you could do it across, either way. So just think of something. This is mine. And then when you have one, raise your hand so I can come see them. Think of something. You can just think of any words. This is going to get your brain flowing for English class. Oh, gosh. Think of something? Okay. Party. All right, Janae's got party. That's a good one. Okay, here's one. People eat more Doritos after school. There we go.
I need a party.
Okay, let's see. Let's think of one as a class then. So we've got party.
I need a H
Every Monday. She said every Monday.
What? Party. Did you say emerald?
Monday.
Party
Emerald.
Monday.
Party emerald Monday.
Party Emerald.
No, it should be every Monday.
Okay, we'll change this to every. No offense, Emerald.
Yeah, no
Party
problem.
every.
Party every Monday. How about
During
after
during athletic
after school. During after school. That seems like that's our class one. Okay. So now that your brain is flowing, think if you can write your own, and you can use some of these little letters. Let's see.
Does that spell the shift gear too?
Is it? I don't know. Let's see. How about pretty excellent Miss D'Intino always smiles.
No.
Okay. So if you didn't write one down. You can use any of the ones that I gave you. Okay, or you can use please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. And then the other side, I want you to flip it, and I want you to write it again. But this time I want you to write parentheses, exponents, multiplication, division, addition, and subtraction. So this is going to be our little note card. Okay, if you want to share yours with me, raise your hand. Nice. instead of taking big pieces of note paper today, we're just going to use a little note card, so you can just look at that, flip it around. We're saving trees.
Yeah, go to the trees.
Okay? And once you have written, if you have an acronym, write that, and then make sure you write parentheses, exponents, multiplication, division, addition, subtraction. So when that is done, once you install a ready position, so I know we're ready to move on. Okay, and then at the end of class, if you have written an acronym, we will share them. So just keep that on your desk, and if we have time, we will share some of them. And then maybe next year when I teach this, I'll use one of your acronyms instead. Okay, so we have already done addition and subtraction, multiplication and division, and exponents, which you just learned today. Now we're going to add on parentheses. Okay, so parentheses just hug the problem that we're doing. And so when we see parentheses, we want to do the problem that's inside those parentheses first. All right, so Mr. Amari, what's the first one on the board? Right over here.
2 plus 4.
Yep, what is that?
6.
Yep, and what's the second one, Brittany?
3 times 2. Oh, 3 times 6 equals 18.
Yep, and what's the third one? Emerald.
10 divided by 5 equals 2.
Okay, great. So the problem doesn't change at all. It's just giving it a hug, so that way we know that that's the one that we do first. So whenever we see a problem and we see the parentheses, we know that we do that one first. And then what would we do second in this problem? Mr. Amari.
If there's any exponents, you do that.
Great, okay, and there are exponents in that one. And then what would we do next, Maya?
It would be division.
Division, great, and there's no multiplication, so I love that you just skipped that step. And then Sion, what would we do last? The addition. Okay, excellent. So now let's write this one out. First step, I look at this and as we said, I see my parentheses. So 5 minus 4 is 1. Now I bring down the rest of my problem. Make a little carrot. No, it's so important that we make the carrots because that reminds us that we don't skip steps. Okay, so now I have this problem. What do I do next? Please, yes.
Should the 2 be inside the parentheses?
Sometimes the 2 will be inside the parentheses, but sometimes it'll be outside. So if it's inside, it'll actually change the problem.